Part 2. So-called white people stop harassing our people in the streets. Part 2. Yeah, man. Y'all got the other video. Every time I go and I look on like in the YouTube feed and so-called white people, man, they just act like because they uphold the law and they control this whole world, they figure that they can do you any kind of way. Because matter of fact, we got to start studying the rights too. So when they come up to us and go to saying all this stuff, we got to stand. Sometimes we got to stand bold and tell them, no, you know what I mean. Stay on your lane. Don't come crossing over in our lane. You see what I'm saying? Stay where you at, because they try to use their weapons and guns and tanks and all that to to bluff you and scare you and all that kind of stuff. They already know without them tanks and them guns and stuff, they really ain't got no power. They really don't. And you know what they power is? Once they get you in them handcuffs and do all of that, they know that because they know mentally and physically, they know number one, they ain't got no power over a black man, a Hispanic or Native American man. Then mentally, we stronger than them either way. You know? Um, First Amendment and the constitutional rights, the 11th Amendment.
According to Constitution Annotated, Congress.gov, 11th Amendment suits against states. The judicial power of the United States shall not be construed to extend to any.
The 11th Amendment suits against states. The judicial power of the United States shall not be cons- 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 construed to extend to in a any suit in a law in law or equal equity command or prosecute against one of the United States by citizens of another state or by citizens of subject of any foreign state. 11th Amendment. Let's look at that. This 11th, excuse me. What is the 11th Amendment effects? This amendment does not affect the daily lives of most citizens. It, excuse me, its efforts is primarily focuses on the state or national judicial. Now, the Supreme Court has found that if a state consents, consent, it can be sued by its own citizens. A citizen of another state or a foreign citizen cannot sue a state in federal court. A citizen of another state or a foreign citizen cannot sue a state in federal court. Now, what is the 11th Amendment and the 12th Amendment? An 11th Amendment establishes a judicial limits. Amendment 12 outlines the process for electing the president. Man, okay. Amendment 13 abolishes slavery. Now, that's what they claim. The 13th Amendment abolishes slavery. Amendment 14 describes the privileges of citizens. Now, slavery in this country is still going on. You can't even drive a car here without a driver's license. Definitely not. But they say that's the law. You got to abide by this and you got to do this and you got to do that. Don't they say that? Oh, you got to abide by the law. No, you don't. Because the law is, they stole the law. You have to remember. See the Bible, the King James Apocrypha. This is where they get the law. They stole this law out the Bible. Thou shalt not kill, but they turn around and use it against our people. How you gonna turn around and make a law as a crime when all white people, so-called white people, did was went around the world and raped, robbed, and murdered and stole and benefit? That's how they benefit off this country today with the wealth that they have that belongs to our people, us. You see what I'm saying? So this is the like we've been in a great suffering, right? Poverty, you name it. Poverty, single parent household, fatherless homes, you name it. I've been there. I don't know what it's like is to have a father. My brothers don't. Sister don't. And I'm just telling the truth. We don't. We telling the truth. You see what I'm saying? They don't know what that's like. It's the experience. All right, now let's go and let's get the 14th Amendment. Okay. 12, 14. Let's see if I can. I might have to Google it up. The 14th Amendment.
According to National Archives, no state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property, without due process of law, nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws.
Okay, that pretty much. What is the 14th Amendment in kids' words? What are the three major terms of the 14th Amendment? The amendment first section includes the citizenship, cause, privileges are causes, due processes, clues, and equal protection causes, equal protections, equal protection causes, clues. Now, what is the 14th Amendment? Introducing to address the racial discrimination ended by black people who were recently emancipated from slavery. The amendment confirmed the rights and privileges of citizenship, and for the first time, general guaranteed all Americans equal protection under the law. Man, please. This is like really the way I feel when you reading this stuff. I feel like I'm just being played when you read this. You feel like a damn fool when you read that because you know that they really everything that they punishes you for, they are totally they go against their own shit. They do. You can't. That's why I was saying in the other video, and I know I was pretty harsh. I am. But they don't think about that when they kill our people. Look how they took and they killed George Floyd. They don't. Do you think they have remorse for what they did? Really did? Do you think? Come on now. Do you really think they go? And how in the hell do y'all Uncle Toms sit up here as so-called black women, especially y'all and black men? Y'all have a big. Why do y'all turn around and go work on the same police force, the so-called white man's force? Y'all ain't doing that but working for your slave master. That's all you're doing. Out of all our people that then worked on the police force, I don't understand that. How in the hell can you go and still have empathy and love for the same people who enslaved you? I don't get that. What does Section 3 of the 14th Amendment mean? Ratified in the Civil War's aftermath, Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, which is sometimes referred to as the insurrection cause or disqualification cause disqualification disqualifies any person from being a senior representative or elector of the president, the election of the elector of the president or vice president, or from holding any federal or state military. When they come up to you and try to tell you pull over and all this kind of stuff, and you in a dark alley, especially you black women and stuff. I know y'all don't probably need us to tell you this here. And even if you're a man, don't even stop in no dark alley. Make sure you go in a light somewhere. Because what they try to do, the so-called white, they try to get you by yourself and do some evil, dirty shit. And the reason why they tell you, and this is the trick that our women got to learn too. The reason that they tell you they don't allow you to record in certain businesses like dentists and all, notice they ask you what type of content that you do. That's the first thing that they ask you. Whether it be a dentist in a dentist's office, or whether it be at a store, or we don't allow no recording in here and all that kind of. Certain stores are like that. They really don't want you to record that because they know they do some unjust bullshit in them stores against so-called black people, Hispanic people, our people. You see what I'm saying? And so that's why they tell you no recording, because they don't want you to record if they do something dirty. They don't want to be captured on camera doing some dirty shit to our people. Like you can't read. People that are wise can see through the bullshit. They can see through all this shit. You know what I'm saying? They can actually see through all this shit. Yeah, and they want to turn around and tell you what you. That's a bunch of bullshit. And I was talking about earlier about the image of Christ, right? Yeah, and I talked about. Okay, hold on. I think I put it up. Yeah, I did. Okay. This is the real image of Christ, not that pale-faced enemy that they try to put out and make it seem like that's what the hell he is. Y'all know I got to get back with that. My Babylon Temple of Two. Then I got who is Esau Edom. That explains who Esau is. That explains the Caucasian people. Now this is the book that gives you the biblical definition of Ham, right? And it explains who the Negroes are. The Negroes are the black, so-called black people. Our people is the real Jews according to the Bible. Mm-hmm. Oh, here my glasses is right here. His Hebrew name was Saul. Okay, this is explaining the Hebrew word. You know what it means. Probos, the Roman Christians to whom Paul sent greetings, Romans chapter 16:14. Per the pure, the, oh, hold on, the captain of the city of the king. Okay, let's look. Where the script at? Hold on. Next time, I'm just gonna have it already found. I can recite it, but I would rather like find it. His Hebrew name was Saul, and he is always so designated in Acts until his clash with Bar Jesus in uh, where Luke writes, but Saul, who is also called Paul, therefore in thereafter in Acts, he is always called Paul as a Roman citizen. He doubtless bore both names from you. His double name is implied in Luke's statement. Saul, the one also Paul's so, Solus. I don't know. Who Paul, the three elements of the world's life of the day: Greek culture, Roman citizenship, and Hebrew religion met with the apostles to the Gentiles. See, the apostle Paul was a Roman citizen. There's a difference between being a Roman citizen, just like living in the U.S. You as a Roman citizen, not by blood, you know. Paul was born near the beginning of the first century in the busy, okay, Greece, Rome, city of Tarsus, located in the northeast corner, the northeast corner of Mediterranean Sea. See, the Greeks and all those people were the Caucasian people. This is actually a common Zenando Compact Bible Dictionary that I'm reading from. C. Proud of the distinctions and advantages conferred on him by the Roman citizens. That's citizenship. See, Paul was up under the Greek customs. That's what it's going into. Paul knew how to use the citizenship as a shield against injustice from local magistrates and the enhance the state of the Christian faith. His Gentile connections greatly aided aided him in bridging the schemes between the Gentiles and the Jews, but central significance was his strong heritage, Jewish heritage, being the fragile, the the fundamental to all he was, and because he was never ashamed to acknowledge himself a Jew. That's Acts chapter 21, verses 39 through, and Acts chapter 22 and 3, was justly proud of the Jewish background. And look, you have to understand, that's not uh, a Jewish is something to pertain to. What's going on, man? That's right. Um, the one I was looking for in here is oh shit, I found something about the Canaanites, bro. Um, I'm looking for the H's. Here we go. Hold on. Wait a minute, I lost it just for a minute. I just had the H's too. I just saw that word too. Ham, ham. Here we go. Here we go. It says Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of the 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark race. That's talking about Ham. Not the Negroes, but the Egyptians and the Ethiopians and the Libyans and the Canaanites. Genesis 10, verses 6 through 20. His his indents when I think I said that right indents when his father lay drunken brought a curse upon Canaan. So that's when they Noah cursed his youngest son Ham, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. because Ham was the father of Canaan. So yeah, yeah, that's what you know what I'm saying. So Ham. Now let's look and let's get more in the Bible. Let's go to Acts chapter 13. Acts 13. I'm gonna show y'all that the word nigger is in the Bible. The word nigger means black. It says in Acts 13:1. Now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simeon that was called Niger, and Lucans of Cyrene, and Manna, which had been brought up with Herod the Tetrarch and Saul. So it says, let's look that up in the. What is the meaning of Niger? That's
According to J. Storr, but the derivation of Niger from Ni equals water or river and from Gir, or Gur from Jor meaning foreigner, infidel, presents difficulties. While the name, the river of the Gir, is plausible, the derivation that links the Persian root Gir with
the modern spelling Niger or nigger was first recorded by Barnabas scholar Leo Africans in 1550, possibly derived from the Targon phrase. And okay, what does Niger mean in the Bible? The nickname Niger is interpreted by some to mean black. That's what it is. That's what it says. The nickname Niger is interpreted by some to mean black, referring to a dark complexion or African descent. Since Niger is the Latin word for black, some commentators identify Simon as some person as Simon of Cyrene and Simon, son's refuse as the same person as refuse name Rome Rome's Romans 16, I mean. Yeah, I guess I'm reading like that because I'm getting tired. But the word, what tribe is Niger? In regarding to Niger, ethnic group, more than half of the population comprise the group with about 54% of the population. They are followed by the Senegal with about 21%, with around 10% felon, with about 6,500%. So you know what, y'all? I'm reading this stuff, and you probably ain't gonna understand it. So I'm gonna have to be up when I'm actually. You can see me up reading, and so I feel like this video, what this is not gonna be as strong, but I'm gonna go back and watch it and see what happens. Before I try to demolish it. I'm out.